Hello guys, and it is Nebula here, and today, if you read the title correctly, you would know we're going to be creating these sorts of side panels which are really popular. They're really easy to make, so I just wanted to help some of the people which have asked me, and they're really easy, so we'll just jump straight into it. I want to zoom in if it would allow me to do that, and then what you want to do is come down to this pen tool here, make sure you're selected on the actual pen tool, none of these other sort of things, thanks Windows, and then left click where you want to start the side panel, and I make these horizontal at first because I just like doing it that way, and then I rotate it. So left click and then left click and hold shift to create a straight line where you want the side panel to stop, and then to create a 45-degree angle you want to click at around a 45-degree angle, and it will create one automatically for you, and then I'm going to create just a little thing like this. Now this line up here doesn't really matter, that doesn't really need to be a straight line, but to create a straight line just hold shift and that would be fine. Now I want to make this on a new layer. Ooh, battery should really run out. So it's not on these side panels, so right click inside the path, fill the path, and I have a color selected already, and then right click again and delete the path. Now, I made these with a preset style I'd already made, which I've used on my text to create for my text. Now, if you want to know what these are, they are here. I'm just going to edit these slightly because I want the outer glow is just a light grey. I think these are all just preset. Just bump that up. The gradient overlay is just a grey and a black to a really subtle grey, and the bevel emboss is probably the most important thing of this. It's a pillow emboss to 1000, and the size is 3 pixels. So just to save that layer, if you didn't know already, you just click that button and that will save all those effects, so you can just apply it to whatever you like. And then I'm just going to make another one underneath this, so create a new layer. Put this under here, and then we're going to zoom in by using Control Plus, and then quickly do this. Oh, and then right click, fill path, and we have it. So delete that path. I want to just drag that down slightly. It's just the arrow tools if you need to. The arrow button, sorry. Just like that. So yeah, so the next thing you want to gonna do is to create these sort of indented, coloured little effects here. We're gonna continue to use the pen tool and put these on a new layer. Now if you use the pen tool, say if I create a box here, a shape here, that isn't just on this layer, so if I hide that layer, that's not going to hide the path. Get rid of the path, just use delete path, and I'm going to do Ctrl Z to get rid of all this. Went too far. There we go. So I'm just gonna click in here, shift click, shift click, shift click, ooh, shift click, and now to create that, make sure that last line is all good. I'm going to just zoom in to make it sure it's aligned just fine. I'm running out of battery. I will just pause the recording here. And right, we're all fine now. We're all plugged in. So I'm just gonna get rid of that grid. Oh, I don't get rid of that. I want to hide the grid. So we've created that. That line isn't actually straight, but that's fine. You can barely see that. And then I'm going to fill this path with a color again. And then I'm going to apply a gradient, just a really subtle gradient. And we'll make this red. A lighter red. Really subtly. And then most important things are the drop shadow, not the drop shadow, sorry, the inner shadow. And then you probably want to reduce this down to about 2 and then 3, and then add an inner glow. Change this to normal, change this to black, and then reduce this to 3 or something similar. I'm just going to up the opacity on that one. And maybe just up that to 4 there. And then I forgot to delete the path. So that's fine there, like that. And then last thing, I'm going to add a stroke. Drop it down to 1 pixel. Make that white. And then tone down the opacity a bit. It wants to be really subtle. And then if we view that to actual pixels, you can see that looks quite good. That's probably not the best one I've made, but that will be fine for now. And then I'm going to convert that to a smart object. Rasterize the layer again, and nope, incorrect layer. And then apply a pattern overlay, and just apply this here, and then scale that down to 5 pixels. That's fine. Just reduce the opacity. And then to duplicate this layer, you can right click and duplicate layer, or just it's easy to drag it into the new layer button, and then shift and move it across to where you like it. Duplicate this one more time, shift, move it to where you want it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What I did to these two here was add texture, and this is really easy to do. So just find the layer you want. I'm going to merge these layers, so control click and merge layers, and then I have the texture open already. So just drag this into Photoshop, and that will load up. And to rotate this, scale it down slightly, and then Alt and click between the layers, and this little icon should show up, and that will create a clipping mask. And then that will add it to the layer. And then I know for a fact soft light looks good with this texture. It may be different, just, you know, scroll through those and just pick the one which looks best. So yeah, that is pretty much it. It's as easy as that. To create that into one layer, just hide the rest, and then right click and merge visible, and then we should have so we'll rotate this counterclockwise. We should have our last side panel. There we go. So there's a few there. I did the same thing on there. That's just got the same sort of effect. And then this has a different texture, and I used a clip and mask to apply that to that layer. I will provide these side panels in the description if you really want. And that's just about all. Please drop me a rating, comments. I love reading comments, so please drop me one of those, and that would be great. So thanks for listening. I hope this had helped. I sure did look for a good tutorial, one of these, and hopefully this is helpful. So thanks and goodbye.